I saw one of these at my local Warhammer store, and I just had to have one. Welcome back to Billy's Hobbies. Today we are painting a statue of Saint Celestine. I got this when I split a Blood and Zealot Kill Team box with a friend. I'm still working on the Sappheiros that came with it, but you can also get the statue from the Battle Sanctum box, although it's a made-to-order kit, so good luck getting one. Anyways, while I was looking at reference photos for this kit, I was thinking to myself, is it just me, or does the GW preview look kinda boring? Don't get me wrong, it's a good paint job, but I really like the version from Space Marines 2 a little bit more. Notice how the center looks like it's made out of metal, which suggests the statue was probably built with separate pieces instead of being carved out of one big block of stone. It shows a little bit more creativity.
Are you about done? I want to finish the mission so I can level up my heavy bolt.
Yeah, sorry. I was just grabbing some footage for a YouTube video. Wait a minute. This is an offline server. How the Alright, let's start with the bottom and work our way to the top. For the base of the statue, we're keeping it simple. Brass trim with a gray stone. For the chest, it seems like everyone goes for the brass, but I want to do something different. I'm going to still use the brass for the trim, but I'm going to keep the chest black to maintain that Battle Sister spirit. For the arms and legs, I'm challenging myself by painting them to look like marble. There are a lot of marble tutorials out there, but most of them require airbrush and baby wipes for some reason. I'll be following the instructions of TheMiniatureManager tutorial in the description below. And for the torch and the sword, I'm going to be painting them brass, of course, but I'm going to be painting the flame, well, I'm going to be treating it as an actual flame. It's like, PW, why is this a stone carving? It would be so much cooler as a fire effect. Now that we have a plan, let's get to it. Oh, also, I just got a wet palette, so I'll be testing that out on this project as well. The first layer of the marble is Mechanicus Standard Gray, or essentially a neutral gray. Alright, we're going to speed through the base coat section and jump straight into painting the brass.
Really? Of all the machines, of all the worlds, and all the timelines, you're doing a statue.
Oh, hey Sparky. Yeah, I saw this one at the Warhammer shop, and once I did, I just had to get it.
But it's just a statue. It is static. It has no gears. It has no knobs. It has no wiring. It has no soul.
But, it looks cool.
Disappointing. But I suppose I have a contractual obligation to get to, so anyway, if you enjoy this type of content, you should like, comment, and subscribe. Really?
By the way, I have another package here, but it's addressed to someone named Paul. Sparky, who's Paul?
I can't say that I do, but they sound, appalling. Ooh, look, statue. I gotta go build this. Bye!
For the second layer, we're using a strong non-oil wash. And it feels really weird using a wash this early in a paint job. Now, I'm applying a lighter shade of grade, and I'm spackling it on. The tutorial calls for Dawnstone, but Citadel paints aren't cheap, so use what you have. Next, a even lighter gray, or a Mindstorm gray if you have it. The Miniature Manager tutorial calls for Codex White as the top layer, but like most Citadel paints, it won't give it that shine. Instead, I'm using Tester's Gloss White. This should really give the model that polished look, and we're still spackling it on, but with a smaller brush. This looks really good. Using the gloss from the top layer was definitely the right call. Now I'm going to use a gloss of black to draw on the veins. One thing to note for the wings. Try to match the veins on both sides so the marble effect feels natural. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to look the same. I think the veins are a little too strong, so I'm going to dull the veins down slightly with white paint, and then I'll come back over them again. I'm filling the cracks with gold paint to kind of show that the statue is well cared for and regularly maintained. Finally, I'm putting the wash over the brass parts and calling it a day. I'm not going to lie, I've catch myself staring at this in amazement. This has to be one of my best works. After I finish most of my minis, I usually apply matte top coat, but this time I'm using a gloss finish instead. This really highlights a lot of the shine to it, and it turned out way better than I expected. And that's all for today. Class is dismissed. I'll see you next time.
I know this is technically outside of our agreement, but, well, it's unclaimed territory, so...